What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Drop-Dead RDA. Alright guys, so it's time for the random question of the day, which is, if you had to choose one animal to help you win a fight, which animal would you choose? Now, I can't wait to hear your guys' responses right down there in the comments box. Let me know what you guys think down there. But I'm going to go kind of a sensible route here. I'm going to go for the kangaroo, because I feel like kangaroos could definitely kick some ass. I've seen a lot of videos online of kangaroos actually boxing people and kicking people and things like that. And I just feel like it's a good fighting sort of animal. It's kind of a, almost the same size as a human and all that stuff. So I feel like that would be a pretty good option. And, a trained kangaroo to help me kick some ass would be awesome as well. So that's what I'm going to go with for this one here. I want to hear from you guys right down there. So today's video is all about this guy right here, the Drop-Dead RDA from, of course, Heathen and the Vapor Chronicles, made by Hellvape, with a big shout out and thank you going to Hellvape for allowing me to take a look at one of these devices for the purpose of making this video. This is the amalgamation of two genius minds here. Honestly, it's a great little RDA. It's going to be awesome for those people that were really struggling between the drop and the dead rabbit. This is the perfect solution right here. I'm telling you guys right now. Taking a quick look online, this device comes in 8 different color options for you to choose from, and of course there's potential for more colors coming in the future. But with that, right now we have stainless steel, matte black with white logo, matte full black, piano full black, gunmetal, blue, rainbow, and purple. I of course have the rainbow version, as you can see here, and I absolutely love it. I love the different color options because you just get to customize the look of your setup just that much more. But with that, it's going to run you about $28 online. That's the cheapest that I found it for, probably about $28 to about $35. So if you guys want to pick one up for yourself, I'll leave a link right down there in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down to the close-up view and take a better look at this thing. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got the Drop-Dead in its original box, so let's quickly take a look around the packaging and then we'll talk about what's inside. So, first and foremost, nothing super special with this packaging here, pretty much your standard stuff. You have a little bit of spot gloss on the logos, you can see the Drop-Dead logo there, Hellvape TVC-Heathen collaboration project on a lovely kind of royal purple backdrop there. I like that. We have on the bottom the color indication and UPC. On this side here we have Hellvape. On the side panel we have some basic kind of features, really nice touch there. And on this side we have your social media, some warnings, a scratch and check, and the little Hellvape and Drop-Dead logo right there. So on the back we have some features, a nice little list of features there, and the contents of the box. A lot of tiny printing on the back of this box here, so be prepared to get your reading glasses out. Inside, whoa, we already lost an Allen key. There we go. We have an Allen key on the inside. We have the instruction manual, not that an RDA really needs an instruction manual, and it's a fold-out one. Oh, -5 points. Boo. I can't stand those fold-out manuals. However, the graphics are really nice, and the words are not microscopic, so -3 points. We'll just say -3 points for that. And you know what? They just redeemed themselves. There's a sticker. Plus 1,000,000 points. I love stickers, and every RDA should come with its own sticker. There we go. We have the Drop-Dead itself. Ta-da! We'll be taking a look at that in just a second, so let's put it aside. And in this little package, we have all the extra stuff. And of course, it comes with 2 screwdrivers. Not one, but 2 little mini screwdrivers there. We have another little package here with all the extras. We have a spare drip tip, which is really nice. You get a clear drip tip as well. You get a 510 adapter if you wanted to use your 510 tips. We have a whole set of O-rings. We have well, this is a flat pin because I already put the squonk pin in there. But it does come with a squonk pin, of course, and an extra set of screws. And these are Phillips screws. So if you don't want to use the Allen screws, it comes with Phillips screws. That is definitely a nice touch there. Alright guys, let's talk about the specs. First of all, it's a Vape and Heathen and TVC project, 24 millimeters in diameter. It has a deep juice well, superior stainless steel construction, 4-post build deck design, side secured via slotted flathead screws, gold-plated positive posts, peak insulated block, single or dual coil configurations, dual side airflow control with multi-slot design. It comes with an 810 resin wideboard drip tip and an 810 acrylic wideboard drip tip, a 510 drip tip adapter, squonk ready bottom feeding 510 pin, and a gold-plated 510 contact pin. Alright guys, so so let's go from top to bottom with the drop dead, starting off with the drip tip up top here. And hopefully you guys will notice that this is not your standard 810 tip. It has this little metal band around the bottom with the word Hellvape written on it, which I think is a really nice touch. As you can see, nice wide bore through the top and through the bottom as well, of course. And it's very comfortable to vape on now. My only little minor complaint with this tip is that this little band can come loose. I've had it happen a couple of times where it does fall off and you could lose it, so just keep an eye on that metal band if you plan on using this tip. Although any of your standard 810 tips will of course fit. Hopefully you guys can see the little O-ring on the inside lip there. That's going to hold it nice and secure in place. Never had any real issues with the drip tip falling out or anything like that. You have this knurling at the top here of the airflow control section, which is really nice to get a grip on, and you can really kind of wrench on that sucker to close off your airflow if need be. There you go. You can see the holes closing up right there. And the top O-ring on this airflow control section is really on the stiffer side. You know, it's not going to be the easiest to adjust your airflow, but then again, most people just set it and forget it. So here you can see the top cap / airflow control by itself with the O-ring in question up at the top here and the familiar ramp style airflow control right there. And of course, for those of you that already own a Dead Rabbit, you should be very familiar with that. As you can see on the inside of the top cap, we have a nice little dome effect going on, and I don't know what it is about the dome effect, but it is amazing for flavor. That just makes the flavor so much better in my opinion. And here we have the barrel section with the Drop Dead logo engraved right there. Speaking of engravings, we have this line running down the bottom of it, very similar to the look of the Drop RDA with the top cap alignment section right there, although on this one, it's just a decoration. You can also see the airflow holes up at the top section there, which are now small squares rather than one big cyclops eye like on the Dead Rabbit, which is a nice little improvement there. I really do like that style because it just makes it that much smoother, and it just is a nice kind of feeling airflow. On the inside of the top cap, you can see that little ridge there, which aligns with a pin on the deck, which means your top cap is not going to just spin around when you go to loosen it off of your device, and it makes it so you can kind of shift your airflow ever so slightly left or right, which is kind of cool. So here you can see the build deck with my build still in it. This is of course just one example of the almost unlimited that you can possibly do with this build deck style here. Of course, this is going to be good for single battery squonkers and that kind of thing because it saves your battery life, and this is a very smooth kind of airflow with this single coil right here. But in any case, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys an example of one way you could possibly build this thing. So here we have the build deck by itself, and as you can see, the post holes on this thing are absolutely massive. We have the squonk pin right down the middle there, and of course we have the gold-plated positive block, which is a really nice touch. We have the standard flathead screws right there if you wanted to use those, or you have the option of changing those out with the Phillips head that are in the box. And you can also see the little registration tab on there, which aligns it perfectly with the notch cut in the barrel section, which means your airflow is going to align with your coils no matter what. And of course, you have your two O-rings down at the bottom here. And here we have the very bottom of the RDA. As you can see, I've got my squonk pin that's gold-plated installed, and you have the engravings down here: Drop Dead, a collaborative creation by Heathen and the Vapor Chronicles, and your serial number right there, and Hellvape at the very, very bottom. So that's about all I've got for you guys in this little close-up section here. Let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of this video. Now let's talk about my personal thoughts about this device, some pros, some cons, and whether or not it's worth purchasing. Starting off with the pros, my first pro is that it's super easy to build. This thing is the perfect combination of the drop deck and the Dead Rabbit deck, which means your posts are going to be ever so slightly spaced out. You have the little notches cut out underneath your posts so you can fit your wire cutters in there and snip off your excess wire. And all you have to do is basically just drop your coils in, tighten them down, lift up ever so slightly, tune them up, and you are good to go. Very simple installation with this one here, and it's going to be great for newbie builders. My second pro today is that the airflow on this one is extremely smooth and quiet, which I feel like is the most dramatic improvement over the Dead Rabbit. The airflow on this one being almost silent is a very good thing for me personally because I just cannot stand a whistly RDA. And my third pro is it's virtually leak proof. With this one here, just like the Dead Rabbit, your airflow is set way up at the top, which means it's damn near impossible to over squonk or over drip on this one. If you somehow manage to drip about 5 to to 6 mils of e-liquid into this thing, then you should probably just quit vaping or just buy a tank because you are doing it wrong. And my fourth and final pro for this device is that the coil options are nearly limitless. And when I say that, I mean you can do almost anything on this build deck. You can do a single vertical coil, you can do a stacked dual, you can do a traditional side-by-side dual, you can do stovetop variations, and just basically anything else in between. This is a builder's delight. If you love building and you just want to get creative, then definitely check out the Drop Dead. Alright guys, so moving on to the cons, my first con is the cap locking tab. Now, first things first, they actually engraved the line that goes all the way around it like the drop, but it doesn't actually function, doesn't do anything. It's just for kind of the look of the whole thing, kind of merging the two RDAs together. With that being said, there's a locking tab on the inside, which means you can unscrew your RDA from your device without having the cap just spin infinitely, and you can kind of point your airflow slightly left to right, which is okay. I really don't see the point in that all that much, but I kind of wish they went with the drop style locking tab, because that way you can find your place really nice and easily. You can put the cap on any which way, close your eyes and spin it until it just drops down into place, which I find a lot more helpful than the tab that's on the Drop Dead. My second con for this one may be a little bit controversial, but I believe they should have just done it with the drop style airflow. That's one thing I absolutely loved about the drop, is the level of control that you had over your airflow. You can close off the top or the bottom or anything else in between. With this one here, they ended up going with pretty much the dead rabbit airflow with the drop style holes. They could have actually added the T section in the middle of that to kind of add that level of control while still maintaining a combination of both RDAs. And my third and final con for this device is that it's not all that different from the dead rabbit. Now, if you were one of those people that were struggling with the decision between the drop and the dead rabbit, then this device is going to be perfect for you. However, if you already own a drop and a dead rabbit, then I would say skip this one, because it's really not going to add any particular feature that would make me want to just go out and spend another 30 bucks on another RDA. So at the end of the day, is this device worth purchasing? Would I go out of my way to pick one of these up if I didn't get this one in for a review? For me personally, I'm going to have to say no, because I already own a drop and a dead rabbit separately, and I'm more than happy to build both of those RDAs, put them on 2 separate mods with 2 separate flavors, and vape them simultaneously. However, if you were struggling between the decision of the drop or the dead rabbit, then I would say definitely pick one of these up for yourself. It's a great cross-section of both RDAs into one, and personally, I would like to see the exact flip side of this design. I want to see drop style airflow with some dead rabbit features as well, kind of a drop dead V2 or something like that. But maybe that's just me. Let me know what you guys think right down there in the comments box. But if you want to pick one of these devices up for yourself, I'll leave a link right down there in the description below. But that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to click that notification bell right next to the subscribe button if you want to be alerted whenever I upload videos. Leave me some comments in the box below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, check out the advocacy and my social media links right down there in the box below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on. Blah, 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 blah.